This is Speak Your Mind with Blanco and
Blanco.
Alright, UFC fight fans, today we're going to be discussing UFC Fight Night 98 on November 5th, 2016, where we got Rafael Dos Anjos against
Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
the former light heavyweight champ Dos Anjos. I'm going to just break it down from the beginning here. Let me tell you something. We got Dos Anjos, he just lost his light heavyweight.
Got knocked out.
He got knocked out. No, he did not. Let me go ahead and correct that.
Might as well have been knocked out.
It goes down as TKOs. However, so one thing that I noticed about Dos Anjos coming in with 25 wins, 8 losses, he can beat you in many different ways in the octagon. Now, mind you, although he has that one loss against Eddie Alvarez when he lost his title, prior to that, Dos Anjos has defeated elite fighters. Some of the names, Showtime Pettis, Nate Diaz. He's also defeated Benson Henderson. I mean, other than that, I feel like when he gets in the octagon against Tony Ferguson, he's going to put the pressure and he's going to want to come back and go for that light heavyweight title.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to go ahead and state to that. If you look at the reach difference between Rafael Dos Anjos and Tony Ferguson does have a 6-inch reach advantage. Not only that, but he is a great stand-up fighter.
Okay.
Not only that, but he is also really good with his submissions. He does put people in Americanas, which is a submission where you basically get the guy and basically talk about his neck. But this guy is amazing at it. A lot of his wins have actually been from submission. He is a 22-3 fighter. His last 4 fights have been fight of the night performances. Now we are talking about him beating Josh Thompson, which was a performance of the night. We are talking about him submitting Abel Trujillo, that's a little bit further down where he actually submitted him. And of course we have Edson Barbosa, which everyone knows is the guy who basically took Showtime from lightweight and threw him down to featherweight. So this guy has beaten elite fighters. He has the reach advantage, so I believe he is going to be able to keep Rafael Dos Anjos at bay when he tries to pressure him.
That's fair that you believe that. However, now let me tell you why I feel that Rafael Dos Anjos is going to go. He has multiple ways, Blanco, in order to beat Tony Ferguson. Yeah. And one of the ways are, first and foremost, 48% of Dos Anjos' victories have came by via decision. He has 25 wins, and then 12 or 14, you do the math, comes out to 48%. That means that he has the stamina to go every round, whether it's 3 rounds, whether it's 5 rounds. He's shown that he has the stamina to do so.
Did he go all 5 rounds versus Eddie Alvarez? I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'll let you go just in a moment, but take a listen on what I'm saying. That's just one way. So he can actually outclass Tony Ferguson in the fight. He actually controls the octagon. If you look at Dos Anjos in the fight, he's not the one trying to be evasive, trying to just counterpunch you. No, he's putting the pressure. His opponent is usually just skipping outside of the octagon, just kind of maneuvering out the way. Now, I say that with this. He's also displayed knockout power. He knocked out Benson Henderson, meaning that he doesn't only win by decision. Dos Anjos can go in there and he has the power to knock you out, as he did to Benson Henderson. Not only that, his leg kicks are like no other. They will crack 3 of your ribs if he catches you with 1 kick. That means that you can also be knocked out. Tony Ferguson can get caught with the leg kick. What happened to Donald Cerrone and how quick was that?
Now we are talking about 2 separate fighters here. Now we're not talking about a Donald Cerrone here. We are talking about Tony Ferguson. This guy does have a lot of hype behind his name. He is someone that is a fan favorite. So this is what I'll state to it. When it comes down to it, Tony Ferguson has the reach advantage. I believe that he puts on pressure as well. He's not like, you know, Eddie Alvarez, where he's going to let Rafael Dos Anjos control the pace and somehow, you know, Rafael Dos Anjos is just going to get caught. It's not going to happen like that. I believe Tony Ferguson is going to put the pace just like how Rafael Dos Anjos pushes the pace. But the reach advantage is very significant. And what I will state here is his submission game is amazing. So if it does get taken to the ground, if Rafael Dos Anjos does take him out, or take him down, you have to watch out for his sneaky jiu-jitsu skills, because he can put you in a triangle, Kimura. He might be able to flip it around, because he does do a lot of moves where he gets taken down, but he underhooks the leg, and he flips out of it and gets the rear naked choke. So you have to look out for that as well. This guy is a multi-talented fighter. I personally think that Tony Ferguson wins this fight, and I'm going to call it a submission in the 3rd round.
I beg to differ. I feel like the way Fight Night 98 for UFC is going to play out, I think Rafael is going to show that that last fight against Eddie Alvarez was a fluke. He has the chin. I mean, Eddie Alvarez just wailed on the dude, and he did not get knocked out. Herb Dean said, you know what, that's it. It's hurting me seeing you get beat the way you got beat. It's not going to happen again. And if he gets hit, he will still stand. I see it going two ways, Blanco. Either one, they actually go all 3 to 5 rounds, whatever it may be.
5 rounds because it's a main event.
Main event, 5 rounds. It'll go 5 rounds via decision, and that will go to Dos Anjos. He will outclass Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson will gas out. Now, I see it another way. It can actually be a very quick fight, meaning that Dos Anjos can easily catch Tony Ferguson in the early rounds, no later than the second round. And that's how I see it, Blanco.
I do not see it that way, but with that being said, leave a comment on who you think is going to end up winning. And as always,
Speak your mind with Blanco and
Blanco.